a lot of pleasure from the terrain around these parts. The gravel roads, the epic views, but specifically, it's the trails. So today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna volunteer to do some trail work out on Mount Hood to see what it takes to make these trails work. So grab your gloves, I got your shovel. This is gonna be good. And probably a lot of hard work, so I hope you brought snacks.
When I was a kid, pitching pennies every day on the corner. The citizens were teaching me that pennies ain't as hip as quarter.
Amazingly, we've discovered another ibis ripley in the wild. Quite exotic it is, especially in these parts. Hey Dan, what's this tool called?
This is our McLeod, Rogue Hoe, Pulaski, Mini Lopper, Grubhub, 14-finger ground groomer, combo hoe, pick/hoe, hand lopper, Cindy lopper, Silky, big bowl. They'll take care of all the stuff except for the poison oak. That you need some Dawn detergent and luck.
We were hip to all the tricks in every game in town. Right on. Now I tune you in and turn you off from culture rich to underground.
Hi, I'm Adam Craig. We're here working on the Oregon Timber Trail Hood Tier Loop. Oregon Timber Trail is a 670-mile long bikepacking route across the state of Oregon. There is so much climbing. Most of the trails have always been here. We'll start building some trail in the future. So we're just doing this kind of thing, taking care of these beautiful old trails that just need a touch up once a decade or so. It's an honor to be able to ride what you've worked on. Although to be perfectly honest, I kind of like riding the scrappy old rocky trails before we work on them.
How did you get into trail building?
I think probably building sweet jumps in my mom's flower garden in the front yard. And she was a high school art teacher, so I had to at least sort of make them look nice. Then I became a professional mountain bike racer. I was really, really lucky to be in the right place in the right time. So stepping away from racing a few years ago, I found myself with the time to put into trail maintenance. And oftentimes with the Timber Trail, we're reopening trails that haven't been open in decades. It's an honor to open those up for everyone to enjoy, ourselves included.
Holy poor. So Gabe, I'm curious how you got into trail building.
Guiltily didn't really do any trail building until I got into the Oregon Timber Trail. We were presenting the concept to Forest Service and other stakeholders, introduced them to the long distance bikepacking route. They're like, okay, that's cool, but you actually have to do some trail stewardship, if you're gonna do that. And it was necessary. A lot of these trails that we found that actually connected were trails that people weren't using. One section down in the Fremont tier, there was 542 trees in one single mile of trail that were laying across the trail.
How can people contribute to trail work where they live?
If you're a mountain biker and you use the Trail Forks app, they have a really handy little, like, this trail is adopted or maintained by, and it'll list the closest trail organization. That's a really good way to like figure out who is on what trail. Stop for a snack break and like clear some stuff. You know the branches that are annoying when they're hitting you in your face, like you know what to do for that really minor maintenance work, and that stuff is really important because the brush grows back quick.
Even a little bit helps.
Mm-hmm. That way groups like ours don't have to spend a lot of effort coordinating these larger, more complex events if everyone just does a little bit on their next hike or bike.
How could people help the Oregon Timber Trail Alliance?
Having folks out helping out on the trail is so valuable. You can go on our website, there's a donate button right on the main page. And apart from that, just come ride it. Tires on the ground really makes that trail tread ride better than, spending a whole 12-hour day digging in the dirt with a hoe.
What section are we working on today?
Called Stiletzi and the White Crane, 4 to 5 day loop. It's like a really good summation of the section of the Timber Trail that you can knock off in sort of a long weekend.
I didn't realize that so much trail work could just be these quick little spots of 5 minutes maybe.
Most of the work we're doing is maintain that primitive character.
How do you get into trail building?
Started building dirt jumps, and then once I got into mountain biking, then I figured out what trail work was.
What would you suggest to someone who's interested in trail building but hasn't done it yet and doesn't know where to start?
I would start with a friend that has done it already, or somebody that you know who's into trail building or knows someone that trail builds, and reach out to them and just ask them what's the best way for you to connect with your local trail chapter or something like that.
The connection I feel to trails is just very special. So I just want to be part of that, and give back a little bit and have that connection to the trail.
Do you do trail work? Have you never done it? Are you curious? Let me know in the comments below.
It worked. Fun to get really sort of intimate with these areas that you like riding. I think it gives you a better sort of perspective on the sort of specific area you're riding.
Okay, trail work insider pro tips. Hydration pack is a super smart move. Boots are an obvious necessity. Pants, long sleeves, sunblock, snacks, and I don't know. If you feel like getting crazy, you make like a gnarly holster like this.
You do the work and you step back and you see what you've built, which is pretty cool. There's a catharsis to it, you know, almost like yard work, except for after yard work, you don't get to ride your mountain bike.
When women try to hit on me, I never seem to have the time. No. Business people pleasure is the hustler.
I think the thing that's so cool about trail building is it's a full spectrum experience of the environment that you spend so much time in when you're riding a bike. It's a way to care for those environments that take care of you. I put a link to the Oregon Timber Trail down below if you feel like signing up for future trail building events or donating to the cause, whatever tickles your fancy. Well, amazingly, it decided to start raining right at the very end of the day, which is good timing. But that means no hangout session because of, you know. Shout out to the Oregon Timber Trail for organizing this event. If there's anything you liked here, go ahead, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, now might be the time. And check out the EBD Gear Shop, the greatest place on the internet. The whole internet, all of it. Until next time, dear friend, this is Dustin Klein, signing off. Might need to lift this guy just a little bit, maybe 2 inches.